Hello, happy Friday. I can't believe it's already the end of the week. It's gone very quickly for me this week. And as always, I'm super excited. It's about 9 o'clock at night here in Barcelona. It's my last Friday in Barcelona, so I'm not out tonight. I've been going out and visiting friends and saying goodbye to everyone. So tonight I'm home and I wanted to bring you this Facebook Live because the whole idea is that tomorrow I'm actually doing a photo shoot for my new brand. So that's why I thought this was going to be a perfect topic to speak about today. So let me just share this over in the group. If you have questions while I'm talking, please just ask below. I'm happy to answer questions. I'm going to share this over into my group. If you are not in my e-commerce Backstage Pass group yet, I don't know what happened there. If you're not in the group yet, then please come and join e-commerce Backstage Pass. Just go to Facebook and in the search, just type it in and you'll find the group. The whole thing at the moment is that I'm about to launch posting that now. I'm just about to launch my Inner Circle group. So the group people are actually signing up now. I've got a $1 trial. So once you sign up for that $1 trial for 30 days, come and try it out. See if you love it. If you don't, you can leave it anytime. It's only going to cost you $1 to try it out. And then if you come on as a founder, one of the founding members into that group, then it's only $37 a month. But come try it out for 1 month to find out. Now, what that group is all about is exactly what I'm going to be speaking about now. Is I'm going to be going into a lot more detail about my actual new business. So if you don't know, I'm actually launching in about 2 weeks from now. I'm launching my new brand. It's really about inspiring female entrepreneurs. There's a bit more about it, but that's sort of like the gist of the whole business. I've got inspirational t-shirts. I find that there's not a lot out there for female entrepreneurs. So I really wanted to do this for really female entrepreneurs, people in the health industry, women in general, but it's going to be more aimed at, I always say, a niche. So, and choose your audience and make sure you choose wisely and, be very strategic about who you're choosing and be clear. So it's female entrepreneurs, but that's not saying that any other female can't come and buy a t-shirt just because they love what the designs are. So that is what tomorrow's photo shoot is. Tomorrow's photo shoot is a photo shoot for that brand. So that's called Inspired Rebel & Co. You can actually go to the website, inspiredrebelandco.com. And I've got a coming soon page there at the moment. I'm doing a 40% discount for the first people. If you sign up now, you get a coupon code for that first month sale. That's part of my strategy, and I talk about that in my Inner Circle, exactly how I'm working that strategy. So the whole idea of the Inner Circle is two things. It's workshops and helping you with your own business, but also you finding out the backstory of my business and what I'm actually doing, because there's a lot of people out there, hey Scott, there's a lot of people out there that are talking about things that they're doing in their business, and when I look at what they're doing and what they're saying, it's two different things. So the Inner Circle is really about me showing, hey, this is what I'm really doing, like this is the truth. I'm showing you exactly behind the scenes of my marketing campaign, how I structure my business and how I actually get it to work. My goal is to make $500,000 in the next 12 months from that business. Now, some people think that's a lot of money. Some people think it's not a lot of money. I worked out how many average t-shirts I have to sell a day. It's about 18 t-shirts. Hey guys, great to have you all here. Ask questions if you want to ask me questions while I'm talking. I'll be checking and answering questions. So the whole idea of this new business is that I don't want to work in it for more than 5 hours per week. So I'm going to show you how I actually do that, what I do to make that business successful. And if you come along on the journey in my Inner Circle, you'll see as I start to get closer and closer to my $500,000 goal, which I plan to make in the next 12 months. So by the time I hit my 38th birthday, I'll be on $500,000 in that business. So that is the goal for that business. And that is all in the Inner Circle. So today I wanted to talk about how to get images for free, and this is such an important thing. So tomorrow is my photo shoot, and I'm going to tell you, I've been doing photo shoots. Anyone that knows me, I'm a hair and makeup artist. That's my background. In Australia, I worked on the biggest television shows, movies. I did Vogue Fashion Week. I've done all sorts of things. So around hair and makeup, styling, things like that. So I'm very, very well acquainted with that whole industry. So I wanted to let you know exactly how I'm actually going about this and how I get photos done for free. And because over the years in Australia, so many of my photo shoots, and I can show you, I've got the amount of portfolio photos I've got for that business, and most of those photos I've never even paid for, and I'm going to tell you more about that. So I just want to tell you a little bit today. Tomorrow, come on live during the day. I will be doing little snippets of videos at different times, but also just check back in the group. You'll see the videos there during the day. I'm not taking them down. And then I'm going to do a full length, like a proper video for the people in the inner circle, the people that are in my group. Like I said, it's a $1 trial. You'll see those videos. You can come in, check it all out. If you don't love it, then you can, leave at any time, but come and check out what I'll be doing, because I'll be going into a lot more detail for the people in my inner circle. They'll actually find out a lot more about the, how to actually set up a photo shoot properly. So this is a huge problem that I see with e-commerce stores. And that's why maybe I talk about photos a lot. Maybe I don't talk about it enough, but it's something that's really close to my heart. And I do mention it to most people every time a new client comes to me, and they come to me and they say, why aren't I making sales? And usually what people say to me is, my Facebook ads aren't working. Or they'll say, I'm advertising and it's not working. Or I'm not getting organic traffic. And 9 times out of 10, it's the images that they're using is the first thing that they have to change. Now, if you've got an Amazon store, chances are you don't have this problem. And if you don't have an Amazon store, I guarantee, go and look what Amazon store owners are doing. They have got, it's actually part of what Amazon expects them to have nice images. So they have to go to a lot more effort with their images in general. They've got the body of Amazon looking over them and pulling them up and actually taking down their page if their images are not good enough. You as an e-commerce store owner, the only person judging your images are you at the moment, until you come and work with someone like me. So your opinion, you think, and I'm pointing out 100,000 people when I say this, I'm not, don't take this as a personal attack, because I'm very honest the way I talk and I just say it how it is. And I can tell you, as an entrepreneur, too many times we as entrepreneurs go, oh, that's okay, that's going to be fine. However, not with images. There's a million things that you can do a half-assed job and get away with, but I can guarantee you cannot do a half-assed job with your images. I guarantee you. And more every single day, this is becoming more and more important than ever before. Videos are great to use on your website. Images are so important, and the amount of e-commerce store owners that I see that are not taking into account their images enough, it is unbelievable. Why is this so important? If you had a shop and you were selling this iPhone cover, I'm just got my cover here because it's off let's say that's what you're selling an iPhone cover. You've got it in a shop and you have got it on a shelf. I walk in and I can pick it up, I can hold it, I can turn it around, I can feel it, I can understand, okay, well, this is what it's like. I can see it, my eyes can see exactly what it looks like. Now you take a crappy photo of that and put that on a website. First of all, my eyes are it's not 3-dimensional, it's 1-dimensional. So I actually can't see it as I could holding it. And then the second thing is, it doesn't look appealing. It doesn't give me any want to buy it. So you can't get away with having half decent photos on your website. You just can't. You need to have excellent photos when it comes to selling e-commerce. You can have a website talking about, let's say, a vet as an example. If you were a vet and you were selling a service of, I'm your local vet, come in and get your dog injections here, or I don't have a dog, so I'm just making this stuff up, or come and get your dog looked at, or whatever it is. I'm a vet, and your photos on your website, if they're not excellent photos, it's actually not. Of course, all images should be good, so please don't think I'm saying it's okay to have bad images. But if I'm looking for a local vet, chances are I'm looking for a guy that is somewhere within a few kilometers of my house. I want them to have opening hours that suit me so my dog can come in there. And I just Google vet in Barcelona, and I'd look at the list and go, okay, that's the website that I'm going to, look at, and I'm going to go and get an appointment. I'm not looking at his website going, Oh, what's the photo of that dog look like? Does it look good enough? I don't care about any of that. That is not important to me. However, when it comes to an e-commerce store and you're selling something, whether it be a t-shirt, whether it be a phone cover, whether it be food, whatever it is, you need it to be amazing images. So I can't stress that enough to you. And if you still don't think that it's that important, then I don't want to be rude, but you shouldn't be in this business, because if you can't understand the importance of your images, then you just shouldn't be in e-commerce, because it is the very, very first thing that people see. And if they do not love the first image that they see, they're not reading the information. Like people say to me, oh, but I'm actually cheap and I've got all this information, and I tell them that, you know, I've got free shipping. None of that matters, because if they land and they go, oh, those images, I can't work it out and it's blurry and it's shadowy and all of that, they're just leaving your website. They're not even going to bother. There's 100 other people selling what you're selling, chances are, so they're just not going to worry. So images are definitely the number one thing you need to worry about. I'm going to continue, but with some questions. Scott is asking, do you watermark your photos? Look, I'm in two minds about this. Legally, you don't have to anymore, because if someone uses your image, you can sue them. So there's actually, and this is a side note, there's actually some people around the world that their whole business model is taking photos. And there's a guy that does this for peppers, red capsicums and peppers, whatever word you use in your country. And he takes photos of these peppers, capsicums, and he puts them up on Google, and then people just download them because they go, oh, it's free. And his whole business model, I don't know his name personally, but I know that this guy is the one that he's one of the guys. And then he goes and finds out where these photos are, and you can do a quick reverse search, find out where his images are being used that aren't being paid for. And he just sends you a letter to say he's suing you. So watermarking does not need to be done for that reason. Watermarking photos so people know the brand, yes, that makes sense. But also I see some really ugly watermarking, like people that put it across the whole thing, like they're trying to protect their image. I don't believe in that. I think it looks crap. I think that it just takes away from what you're doing. I think it looks like you're using a fake stock image that you haven't paid for, and that that's the first thing that you see. Watermark your image, put a little thing at the bottom of it, put your logo on it. But I'm not a fan of watermarking for the sake of saving, your private, like protecting your IP, because if you find out, you can actually sue someone that's used that. So and it's totally okay to send a letter to someone and say, take it down or I'm going to sue you and you owe me money. Tasha is asking, is it bad to have too many products? Good question. And the reason why that's a really good question is because giving someone too many options can confuse people and will stop them from buying from you at all. There was a really good study done by, I think it was the New York Times magazine. It was a couple of years ago now. And they did this huge study, and what they found is that, let's say you have 12 products, then you break it down into groups of 3. So you'd have, your first is 3. So you might say small, medium, large, and then you click on the small, and then it opens up and there's 3 more options, and then they click on that, each of those, and then it opens up to more options. So breaking it down into smaller steps, because giving someone just 12 items that are nearly identical can freak them out. So breaking things down, whether you have too many items, it really depends. That's the sort of thing that I'd answer privately with a client, because for one business I might say, yes, you have too many items, you should have 3, and then the next person I might say, hey, you need to have more. So there's no right or wrong answer. It really depends on your market and what your market needs and wants. The other thing is if you think you have too many items, why not turn some of them into upsells? So then you can actually have, Caroline bought this, and then a little pop-up comes up, do you need headphones to go with that? And that might be that they don't see that until they actually purchase this, and then that's an upsell to them. So there's a couple of things to go, a couple of ways to go with that. So back to the photo things. Okay, so I hope that explains why images are really, really important. So here's how you get free images. There's no excuse for saying that you can't afford to get images, because there are really great ways to get free images. Free models, and it depends what you're selling. So some products you need images with models, sometimes you don't. let's say there's quite a few different ways of going. So I'm just going to give you like a few different variations of doing this. You could do your own images if you've got a good phone. The new iPhones have got excellent cameras. Even this one, this is like 4 years old, this camera, this phone, and the camera is still really good. I've got a little light like this. Actually, I should have it on now. I've got a little light like this, and if I turn it on, I usually have it on. I forgot it today. If I just put it there, and you can see already how much brighter everything is. And if you have like a nice light like that, and then you have a nice just simple white table, white background, you can take your own product photos. Maybe you want to do it as a video, and so you can set up your camera. I'm on like a little stand. I can show you I've got this stand thing. It's just a little, I think it cost me like €3 or something like that. And you can just set up a stand, and let's say for instance you're doing like an unpacking video, and you can just like have the camera like that and like open up the thing and show it around like that, have some good lighting. You can do it yourself. The next way to go is if you need models, you can get onto websites like starnow.com, or you just get onto Facebook and you find, for instance, in Barcelona, Models Barcelona, and there'll be a Facebook group for them. And get in those groups and ask people who wants to be a model. You're not getting paid, but you can use the photos as your portfolio photos. And I don't care where in the world you are, I'm guaranteeing you're going to have people lining up asking to be your model, because all of these girls, guys that want to, you know, get some work as an actor, as a model, they need portfolio shots. And to say that they're actually branded with a brand is so good for them, because they can get a photo, their friend can take a photo for them. But if they can put a photo in their portfolio that has your brand, and they can say that they're your model, that just makes them, they don't have to say that they weren't paid for that, but it shows that they're associated with a brand. So that's a really great way to go. A lot of the times I do recommend that you actually get a non-disclosure form done with those people. You can find them online. Every country is going to be slightly different, but it's pretty much a form that just says you're going to be a model for this, whatever it is. Like for me, Inspired Rebel and Co. You're allowing us to take these photos. So then if they end up becoming famous and they have an agent, and their agent says to them, oh, I don't like that you did that photo shoot, get your photos off there, you've at least got proof, and you can say, these are the photos that I'm using because she signed it. So that's your contract with her, you work it out with her, but this has to be allowed. So as soon as the model signs that, then she can't come back to you later on and say, oh no, I never expected you to use them on the website. And in that contract, you'd say these will be used, television, online, blah, 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 and you name all the places that it might, billboard, all the chances that it might be used on, because you've got to think you might want to use that photo 1 year from now, 5 years from now. You probably don't, but you might want to. So then you just want to be covered. So then if that person does become famous, which would be great for you, you just want to be covered with all bases. So you get your free models. Super, super simple to get free models. The next thing is getting free photographers. Same thing. Find a photographer who's starting out and get them to come on board and take the photos for you, so then they can put in their portfolio that they've taken the photos. So, so easy to do. You just need to set up a day. Tomorrow I'm going to be taking you through exactly how I actually go through a day. I do so many of these sorts of shoots where from the start of the day I do, you know, the models, what time they come in, how we actually prepare everyone, how we actually get everyone organized. I'm going to take you through that tomorrow in tomorrow's video, live from the actual place where we're actually doing the photos, and I'll take you through all of that tomorrow. Like I said, if you join my inner circle, I'm going to actually take you into even more detail and show you even more behind the scenes. I'll do little glimpses tomorrow for free on Facebook, and then I'll be taking you through even more. So yeah, that's how you get your free photographer. That's how you get your free models. There's always little things, and I'll talk about it tomorrow. Are you going to supply them food during the day? Are you going to supply them, you know, coffee and biscuits and things like that? Are you going to take them for lunch? Think about things like that as well. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Then there's some other ways that you can get photos as well that it might not be for free, but you can get some cheap photos. you can find a photographer who you can send your item to, and you can also do this with a free photographer. So rather than using models, you can actually just find a free photographer that wants to do product shots, and you'll just like say to them, here's my item, I want you to take photos at, you know, all different angles. And then you can get someone on Fiverr, for instance, and you can set up those beautiful, like Instagram businesses do it really, really well, where like scattered around there's like some flowers, or there's like some glitter, or there's like a teacup and some other things like around that image. And so then you can like change that image, and then you can get your photographer to take 10 photos of this same cover. And then from that, you can make it look, you know, 10 different ways, 20 different ways, 30 different ways, and start adding different layers. Maybe you put like a different filter, or the graphic designer can do different things. So you've just paid for, or if you find a free photographer, just to take like, you know, 10 photos of this one thing. And from there, you can actually turn it into many, many photos. And it doesn't just have to be that one, you know, it might just be 10 photos because you change the angle. And then you can make that into so much more with, you know, other graphics around it. So that is the way to get free photos. It is the way to get, or super cheap photos. There's also some other websites that I can't think off the top of my head, but you can actually get on them and download t-shirts, for instance, and then put your own, like whatever the logo is on that. I'll probably use some of those for my website at some stage, but at the moment, tomorrow's photo shoot is going to be to take as many photos as I can, that I can really brand my website as my own photos with my with particular models, and then I can add other things later on. So if you're looking at doing a like having an e-commerce store, if you have an e-commerce store and you want to get success, I guarantee you that if your photos are not up to scratch, then that is the first thing you need to check. If I was you and you're not sure, if you're sitting there going, oh, my photos are not that bad, Caroline, I don't think I'm that bad, I would guarantee that what you should do is go to Amazon and search for whatever product you're selling, and have a look at the top Amazon sellers and what their photos are and what sort of photos they have, because they're going to have, not all of them, but most of them have really, really good photos. If you're producing something, let's say in China, there are actually services that if you get a product from China made, and this is like other countries will do it too, but I know China's been like, is getting really good at this. You can get a product photographer to go to the factory and pick up or get it sent to their house, the item. And then that photographer, for instance, can take your item, let's say if you sell soap, bath soaps, and he can take it to like a 5-star hotel in China, take the photos for you in a beautiful hotel with your soaps there, and then send you the photos before that shipment even gets to your warehouse. So you can actually have up on your website, pre-sell the items, your photos are there, they've been done by a professional, they've been done in a beautiful 5-star hotel, and then you've also got those photos ready, and your shipment hasn't even arrived in your country yet. So there's so many little things that you should be looking at if you want to have like a really high level website, because if you've got an e-commerce or Shopify, WooCommerce, I don't care what it is, you're competing against people that are on Amazon, eBay, people that sell cheaper than you. So you really need to make sure that you're up at that right level. That's it for today. Come on tomorrow, come and watch those videos that I will be posting during the day. I'll do little snippets, like I said, and I'll do a longer one for the Inner Circle group. If you do want to join the Inner Circle for the $1 trial, it's only got, I think, one more week of the $1 trial. It is at carolinebalinska.com/inner circle, and you'll find the page there. Just sign up, and from next week, it's going to have all the, even from this Sunday, it's going to have all the information up there, so you can start watching, you know, private videos that are not the public ones that I put out to the public. So thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I'm now putting this all up as podcasts as well on iTunes, so you'll be able to find these videos there as well. The ones tomorrow probably won't do as well because they're going to be quite visual, but all the other ones, all my other Facebook Lives will be on iTunes in the next week. So you can go and listen to them if you don't have time to stop by all the time and actually watch the videos. It's really just me talking to camera, so you can listen to it as well. And yeah, it'll be up on iTunes in the next couple of days. Come and join my Inner Circle, join my Facebook group, ask me questions, send me a question. if you want me to talk about a particular topic, let me know and I will be more than happy to do that. So it's Friday. Go and enjoy your weekend. I'm so excited that the weekend is here. I'll be working this weekend, but I'll still get some time to go down to the beach and enjoy the beach for the last time, you know, for the end of summer. So, well, end of like start of autumn, but still a little bit warm here. So have a great weekend and I'll see you next week. Bye.